Hey guys, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017 on Coldborough Park Farm V2. Yes, I will call it V2 on the intros if I remember, because I do get a lot of questions. I live streamed this once this week, or last week actually, and I got asked pretty much similar questions as, is this the latest version? Yep, yes it is. So we are getting in some winter wheat currently, and we will get winter barley up in field number 8, and because of course we've got seasons mod in, so we can get winter barley and winter wheat. So yeah, sorry for that weird view there. I was just adjusting some with the way the cable was for my controller, because that would have been knocking on the microphone. So what else are we going to be doing? Well, we can clearly see we've got this guy planting. I thought I'd give the Ford a good run, see what that'll do. Yes, new combine harvester. I did retexture it to put my logos on, so I got rid of the stuff that's on the side, put my name on the rear because, well, it was more of an exercise of can I do it, and figuring out retexture stuff more than anything. This is in the mod spreadsheet. Very, very nice combine, I must say. This is now on both of my Let's Plays currently, so Coldborough Park Farm and Sandy Bay. Awesome combine. You can, as it's in the workshop here, I can change it to the crawler tracks if I want. Yes, it does normally cost. I did buy it like that. I added the money in to buy it and just did a straight swap for the case that we had. That field has been completed. Even with the texture glitches, Coldborough is real bad for that. So is this field. So what the next field is, we are going to be selling a lot of grain today too. First day of autumn, and I do have a lot of grain to sell. We are going to cultivate field 4. Without cosplay, without all of that good stuff. It's a small field, so we can do it. And I got done ploughing it earlier today, so I have spent a little bit of time preparing for this. The downside with seasons is stuff takes a lot longer because of the season. You're just not harvesting all the time, which I guess was the same for soil mod in that respect. So we'll make our first pass and work off of that, then do the headlands. This field will not take long at all. Did have quite a few of you in the live streams this week. Appreciate that one. Any of you new guys that have subscribed, welcome as well. One thing that did strike me with Coldborough is all of the trees. Now the oranges and the reds, that is season mod that does it, or seasons. That is the mod that does all these changes. It basically just changes the stock trees from the stock game, not necessarily maps. If a mod creator, or a map creator should I say, is using giants trees, whoa, then it will happen. I do think they need to tone it down a little bit. They are a little too vibrant. The reds and the oranges, once you get up close, are just too bright. Something else I've been getting back into, and that's ETS and ATS, so I will try and get a video this week on either one. On ETS, I have just got my own truck on the game save on my laptop. Had to take some money out from the bank and get that. We have a nice old Scania, so I think I will be getting a hired worker at some point as well and buying a different manufacturer truck too. I like changing it up a bit, so we'll see how far we get on that. Of course I play that off camera when I'm in the mood. And today, being Sunday, I'm recording this, is, well, I have lots of them, but it's my day just to chill and not worry about farm sim too much than getting this video recorded right now. So I'll probably sort the audio out for this video, and then jump in and probably play some ETS. Actually, I'm kind of in the mood to play that. Currently playing it with very minimal mods, Probably going to put Jazzy Cat's trailers and traffic and all that good stuff in after I'm done the video. That's basically after the major updates. I've been out of the loop on ETS and ATS for so long. It was a case of, well, more as well, just nuke half of the mods that I know probably are going to screw stuff up, and hope my game save is not going to be pooched, and luckily it wasn't. My biggest worry was ATS, sorry, American Truck Simulator, with the Mexicana and Coast to Coast map with the rescale. I was expecting that to screw that up, and I was lucky it didn't. So I've been playing that a little bit as well with the head tracking. That's the one thing I don't like about that game, is sometimes with head tracking. Now I know a lot of you guys using it with a steering wheel. Well, of course I can't take my I can't take my steering wheel to and from Canada. It's a big old thing. And using it with a steering wheel is amazing, game changing. But with a controller, sometimes I'm not in the mood to use it with my controller. But once you have head tracking installed on your computer with ETS and ATS, it locks out every other keyboard, and almost like the head tracking is constantly on, and there is no way around that, I find. It's a shame. I wish there was something built into kind of say, yeah, I don't want to be using head tracking today, like in Farm Sim. Of course, it's all installed, but you can switch it off in Farm Sim. And there's very few episodes I actually do with head tracking enabled. I've done it a couple of times, and I think the last video I said I'm going to try and use it more. Well, since that video I've not used it once in Farm Sim. Typically I do a lot of third person work, just sort of getting the lines up. If I was using GPS, so on a field like this, yeah, of course I could use the head tracking. But I find it just drifts off center a lot too. And that's something that I've talked to Dave about, and I think I talked about to Sim as well, and they both use the same head tracking I am, and they find the same thing too. So I don't know if it's just head tracking in Farm Sim. Probably is, honestly. And it drifts off to the side. Guess this is our headland pass, and then we'll go to sell grain. Probably use the 8530 for that. Pull that machine out, give that a little rim. Because we do have a lot of grain. I didn't realise how much grain we had. Tempted to actually buy a transport truck. Well, not buy it, but rent it, but I don't think I've got enough cash for that. So hopefully selling the grain off in autumn will bring us enough money. Also, the sheep need tending to as well, so we'll be hopping over there and looking after them. Now this field I could have actually used the bulldozer for. And yes, I've got that tractor on this map too. I've got some interest in tractors. I don't know how to implement that into the games, the Let's Play. But I've got some old-timer stuff coming pretty soon. If any of you have been on Mod Central over the weekend, will have seen them. They have released their older tractors, put it that way. And that is the John Deere Model A, the Oliver 1955 or something like that, with tracks, working tillers and everything. It looks really nice, that one. And the Farmall. The John Deere and Farmall, they need work. The John Deere especially looks actually really bad, unfortunately. Farmall, I think the cube maps are a little off on it, and they need adjusting. It's a shame with the John Deere. That definitely just needs complete redoing, reworking. Doesn't look a good mod in 17, and I'll show you guys that. And it's just because it is an old mod, just like the Merlot. The Merlot needs redoing model-wise, texture-wise from the ground up. Not necessarily model-wise on the Merlot actually, but mainly textures. Where the John Deere, I think, not even textures will be able to save it. So as you can see, this was the corn field. I never did anything with the corn, even in the original game save that I had. This field I am probably going to plant in corn next time though. Do want to do something pretty cool with that I've got in mind, which does involve one of the old tractors. So spin around and get this bit. Some of the corn that gets missed I'm not too worried about, but there you go. That is... Oh, let's see if we can get these here. Big chunks like that on the main row I'll try and get. But as you can see, it doesn't for whatever reason. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Fold this up, get hooked up onto a trailer, and then we will be right back. Alrighty, we are back. Just backing up into our grain storage. So of course any of you that watch One Lonely Farmer will know he has now got one of these awesome tractors in his possession. He came to the UK to buy an 8330 and 80... No, I get this right. 8530 and a 7330. 7530. Jeez, get that right eventually. And he reckons he saved probably around 100 grand, which is surprising. Definitely a lot of money. As that's filling up, let's go check out the Ford and see what its malfunction is. Oh. Issues with field definitions again, I think. Seems as it looks like it didn't even try and stop. I don't know, there's still something about Coldborough that I don't think is quite right with Courseplay. And yeah, you may say, well, it's because Courseplay is in development. I'm not having this issue on any of the maps really. Even including Sandy Bay, which is still WIP. Very disappointing. It seems like now and again it will just decide to go completely off. If you want to have a look at the route, you can see it should have stopped way ahead. Maybe I can counteract that by putting 4 headlands, and we'll see here what it would do if it do it again. So yeah, you can see there it should have plenty of space to turn well within that headland there. I've only had to rescue it once, so that's honestly it's pretty good going. Now I decided to seed going across the field, which across the furrows I know is wrong. I honestly don't care. Mainly because of this tractor, it would probably just poop itself going up the hill. So going across the hill, yeah, probably better. Yeah, it seems okay. Right, John Deere, that's all full and ready to rock and roll. So let's get the beacons on. Beacons are on. And off to the races. Well, we've got to, once we get to the end of the driveway here, we'll figure out where we need to go. Because I myself am not too sure. So next field we're going to be planting. We're doing 7 right now. Field 8. Can't remember if I was going to do winter barley, winter wheat, or just keep it as one grain. I may just keep it as one grain, honestly. And if that's the case, it could well be wheat, because I think we're planting wheat currently. Alright, let's have a look, see what is the best to where to sell it. Down at the biogas, so we're looking at a bit of a drive. BGA. Biogas. I thought BGA was the biogas. Oh, that is literally BGA. Okay. I got you. No cars, we are good to go. Can't remember how fast the cars go on this map. I think they go at quite a good lick of speed. Will be nice. We'll see if he's turning or going straight or... Turn him. They're all up. Alrighty then. Yeah, I don't know what splines everything's on this map. Not yet. Haven't learnt the ways of the traffic. Now you'll see, unfortunately with seasons and mission fields, everything has died off. Now I'm hoping with seasons everything will come back come summertime. Whoa. Big train glitches. I wonder what causes that, because Coldborough is definitely the only map I really experienced that on too much. I know it's something to do with the reflections and water and stuff. Well, Coldborough barely has any water. It's just down by cows, which you have to pay for that water now, which, well, in my mind that should be free. It's slipping again. Interesting. It's a free water source. It's a pond. But hey, whatever. So once I get down here and tip this off, we'll go rescue the Ford again. See what field it's going to cross. And there is a pathway I found today that I've never seen before that I want to discover. So most of you will remember the traffic used to come in here, drive around here, and loop around there. Not anymore. Of course I should go now. Yep. I knew exactly where it was, I was just put it on there for the sake of it, really. Alright, it's dumping. Oh, did the Ford fix itself? I think it did. It did. Wonder what it was called on there. Strange. And this should make us a good amount of money. With all the grain we've got. We do have a lot of grain to sell. Let's see. Yes. 16,966. Not complaining of that. And wow, look how much we've got. We've got 53,000 and 75,000 of barley. And the soybeans, I didn't even know we had that much soybean. So we just definitely need to get on and sell some. Kind of a dangerous turn there because of the traffic the way it comes around. I do love the colour of the trees, how they look. Definitely need toning down a tad, but they still look absolutely beautiful. The whole map does when it's like this. It really does. If only you could have like mounds of leaves covering the ground and stuck to the road surfaces. One day. One day. So I'm actually going to take the Land Rover down to that pathway that I discovered. Probably towards the end of the video. I'd never known it was there before. Thought I had this map down pretty much, but apparently not. Apparently it's still got some secrets to shed. The birds and all that noise. Amazing. Definitely makes me miss home a little bit. That's not the path. Where is it? See if I can show you guys where it is. I may have gone past it actually. Yeah, I think we did. Think we did. Actually, I know we did at this point. So what I'll do is I'll sell one more load quick. And then we'll hop over and check the animals out and probably do a couple more loads of grain. I know some of you may find this stuff boring. Let me know if you do in the comments section. But in some respects, this is farming still. And the Seasons mod's good with the respect of it does make some beautiful scenery and it gives more aspect to the game, I find. But at the same time, it does take a lot longer to do stuff. Like I could fast time it, and I may start doing that. I worry that I'm missing too much from the videos, but at the same time I know too many people just want to see harvesting. That's all they really want to see. There's a lot of people that enjoy other stuff as well, but unfortunately majority vote rules. So yeah, I don't know. Now of course I have noticed recently on Coldborough the views have been lacking. So what does that mean? Does that mean you guys don't want to see it? Does that mean YouTube's broke yet again and you guys aren't seeing the video? What the deal? What is the deal? So I don't know. If I notice that, I usually publicize that, hey, there's a new video. It can just get awkward with all of that stuff. So once the trailer's loaded, we'll meet you guys. Guess what? We're selling it. Now, I think that pathway was around here. One of these corners. I know it looked like it almost came out the forest area. My main reason I come back on here is just it looks so nice driving through this area. I think most of us know of an area that looks like this, where the road's surrounded by trees. Minus that darn texture glitch. Yeah, here it is. Here's the pathway just here. Never been down there. We're going to today. 100% going down there today. Oh, that's a screenshot if I ever did see one. Well, that was an issue getting that screenshot. I don't know if that turned out the way I wanted it to. So we may end up having to get another one later. We'll see. We shall see. Basically ended up having to spend a few moments getting the Ford up the hill, where basically my fear was true. The Ford does not like the hill. The only tractor I found that really can cope with the hill on that field is the Fendt, and probably this tractor if it was Courseplay compatible, where some mods aren't, and unfortunately this John Deere is one of them, which really makes me wonder, should I keep it around? I don't want to have to keep using the same machines to do the big tasks, which ends up being mostly what this was meant for. All fun stuff, I guess. So what's that? Prices dropped down quite a bit actually. We want to get on the right side there. And let's see if we can not get smoked by traffic coming around the corner. Oh, good. The traffic must go at almost definitely 40 miles an hour at least. Yay, the Ford has finished its job. Congratulations. We will now... Actually, we could use the Ford on the next field. We'll get that set up. After this, well, we'll get that set up. We'll head over to the sheep and get them sorted and looked after, watered and fed and cleaned and all that good stuff. I'm not sure if I've got that tyre mod that pushes stuff back into their trough, so I'll have to do that. If not, I think I do have that over there. We may even use the Massey for that. It could be even the thumbnail would probably be a better one. A lot of you guys do seem to like the Masseys. And then I will load this up with grain and just leave it there. Whether I'll do another load right at the end or more than likely off camera. Off camera work will consist of looking after the animals more than likely, or next time I do a recording will be a lot of fast time. I think that's the way I'll end up having to go about doing videos with seasons, other than during the harvest time, is fast forwarding. So look after the animals, blip through a bit of fast time, feed them again, and it could be several, probably a couple of episodes like that, and then we'll be back to harvesting, fertilizing, yada yada yada. You get the gist. Of course, Seasons mod does have a little issue right now with fertilization. I'm not sure if it has been fixed. If any of the mod team is watching, I know they do watch our videos, can you guys let me know or put in the Slack or anything about that issue, if it's been fixed or not? I think there is going to be a new version of Seasons coming relatively soon. We're still on an older version currently, so it looks... I don't know if there's any new features or what the deal is. Alright, we'll fill that up, switch the lights off, switch this off, Well, here's the header for the class. It is the 1200 Vario, so it is slightly bigger. Some of the texture work on the machine is more to be desired, but I think this has got some pretty neat scripts on it. As you can see, the class logo there is questionable. But most of you know, any of you that have been on my channel for a long time, I like my class combines, my Lexians. Don't know why, but I do. Alright, let's go see if we can jump into the Ford. Get that set up into this field here. I'll be planting probably barley. Let's just mix it up. Where is it? Oh, it's all the way down there. I'm running down there. We'll hop, skip, and a jump down there. Oh, decisions. Do I actually fix this bits? Nah. That will stop the driver. Switch off proceed. That's the one downside using Courseplay. It does. Each time it does a headland pass, it does screw up on the edge in there. Which really can't be helped. I don't think there's any way of sorting that or fixing it. It always does it, no matter what size. Is that a chunk that's missing now? Whatever size of implement you use, always seems to do it. I don't know if there is a way, and you guys know of a way. Let me know, please. I appreciate that one. And this thing does need a drink, so we'll go give it a drink. And it also needs some seeds, so I may actually have to use the placeable, well, not placeable, but the built-in seed trigger. Not a big fan of doing that personally. No fuel, actually. I'd rather just buy the fuel in bulk, but you're still paying for it, so it's still legit. I should have enough seed for that field. It is a bigger field, though. Oh no, it's smaller, actually. Yeah, we should have more than enough. That's good. Barley. Alright, that's filled up. That it was low on fuel anyway, I think, the Ford. But then, of course, seeding a field won't exactly help, especially that field with the hills. That's why it was slipping. The first time I noticed that while recording was because of the hill. I did wonder if it would have enough power, and it pretty much didn't. Like I say, you need a tractor with a good amount of power. Even some spots on this field it's a little bit of a pain. Alright, I'll pause and set this up. Well, that didn't take too long to set up, and it seems like it's going quite nicely. So, our old Massey. Let's get this old girl started up. And we do have the gearbox mod enabled on this one. And we will be heading down to the sheep pasture in this little guy. That's definitely well, that was weird. Definitely an interesting engine note from this. It's only a small tractor. A small diesel, no doubt. Just 4-cylinder, I believe in this, no doubt. And we're good to go. Guess D range is the highest range in 4th gear. So what we'll do is we'll get rid of that HUD. No need to have that open the whole time. Sometimes it is a pain to have so much open. Of course, a lot of the good mods add it. That is weird why it's freaking out like that. Add all these weird and wonderful HUDs. Of course, we've got silage bales over there. They were actually to sell. Now the silage pit's fixed, we may end up using a couple of them. When we get our cows, we will be getting them very, very soon. I'm not sure if that's even got any stuff in. No, we may have to make a quick trip. Okay, why is the bale away from where... I put them in there, but that's where one of them already was. I'm guessing he moved the spawn point. Okay, we don't have that wheel thing in there. And I'm guessing we don't have it in here. So yeah, I do need to buy it. Well, unless I've already got one, let's check it out quick. And time is getting on, and I still want to have a quick look at our little pathway we found today. Or do I not have it enabled? Or is it under miscellaneous? Probably under miscellaneous. Want to find it? There it is, and we do not own one. Alrighty. Let's buy that. Clutch is overheating. I have no idea why the clutch is overheating. I find it kind of irritating the fact it says that all the time and does that. And this is a full release of this mod too. It has been officially released now. Alright, we'll leave this thing down now, the front loader, and we'll quickly head to the shop. To pick up that. Hopefully the tractor shouldn't have an issue. The Steyr that I use on Sandy Bay, that does have issues with it. Gee, it's already 6 minutes past 4 real time. What I'll do is I'll cut the driving out on the way back. I'll leave it going because this is the first video technically I've done on Coldborough V2, so I'll give you guys a chance to have a look at any new stuff. It's funny how the traffic handle not exactly the smoothest ups and downs like these here. Well, they're not that smooth, the traffic does freak out a little bit. But it seems to do that on every single map, not necessarily a fault with this one. The one thing that does bug me about certain maps more than others right now, and that's that terrain glitch, which I know is a giant's issue, which isn't a fault of a map creator. It just seems certain maps are prone to it more than others. And this is one of them. I believe I've heard people say, oh, what one is it? I want to say it could be Lostberg. Has it now and again as well? Not sure. Or is that other one that begins with F on the mod hub? That I cannot remember what the name of it is. Slower tractor this one. Yeah, keeping up with traffic, well, keeping traffic back in a minute. The way those cars are coming up on us. One thing I hope you can do at some point in Farm Simulator, and that's adjust your mirrors, because right now these are pointing at the ground. Why do I want to look at the ground? I don't, that's the thing. Alrighty, we'll be back when we are dealing with those animals. And we are back in the yard. So admittedly we'll be doing this a bit unorthodox by crashing right into the seeds. By just reversing that down that way. But it'll work. Hopefully, anyway. Yeah, it is sweet. Now you see how the troughs were filling up though. Get this last little sections here. I believe there's one more little patch and that will be it for the video. And we'll end up feeding these and doing that good stuff well, I think they should be okay for food. It's just the cleanliness and I believe possibly even the water that they really needed. More than anything, let's quickly look as they're marching on out, saying they've had enough of this tractor noise. We are out of here. Yeah, cleanliness and, well, hay and grass, they needed water, they were okay on, so they do need feeding. So, hope you guys have enjoyed. We'll be back tomorrow on Sandy Bay with some new clouds to look at. Animated clouds. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll catch you guys next time. See ya.